Welcome back to Module 2 of our CU Theme Training Series. Right now, we'll be covering one of the new content types introduced in CU Theme. It's something called stories. To get started, let's talk a bit about what stories are. Stories look quite similar to posts. Here's an example of a post listing on a page, and here's an example of a story listing. The big difference between these two content types is that posts are time-stamped items, as you can see here. Most people use posts to feature news stories. News is something that's considered a little more time-sensitive, as in next week, people may not have as much reason to read it. Stories are different because they are not time-sensitive, and they could stay relevant to your site for a long time. Now, let's go over how to create a story. You start like you would when creating any kind of content. Find the Stories tab on the left-hand side, and then click Add New. You can also navigate up to the top New tab and click Stories. Creating a story is the same process as all other content types. You create it by adding blocks. Here's an example of a story that's already been put together. You can see that we've made use of a lot of different blocks. For example, the banner block, paragraph blocks, heading blocks, and image blocks. These are the same kinds of blocks that you would use when creating pages or news posts. The last step when creating a story is to pull it onto a page through the listing block. To do this, make sure you have a category clicked off. Like this. Now we can see our story on the front end in a list of stories, like the one we see here. To learn more about listing blocks and how to pull content onto pages, head back to Module 4 in our basic training.